people would come in with these goals and then very quickly, first of all, become friends with each other. And that has been actually a lot of the key to the whole movement, is that people become friends, and then we have, kind of a private members only group where people can post things and we talk after class.
Hi everyone, welcome to GoAllInTV here. My name is Stant. I'm your host today. I'm super excited to welcome my special guest, and I say it every time with everyone that I interview, but today, very, very special. Dr. Coco Cabrel, thank you so much for being here.
Oh my gosh, Nim, thank you so much for having me. This is absolutely such a thrill today.
Oh my goodness, I'm super excited for our conversation today. So I'm going to have you introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about what you do, but how can you get from where you were to where you're doing now, which is an amazing work, especially this time of the Great Depression in the world with all the things that are happening, but you're doing something that really lift up people. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I am a doctor, Dr. Coco Cabrel, and I go by the Flamenco Dancing MD. I'm also the founder of Coco's Flame Fit, where I help women to choose themselves so they can find their joy, grace, and confidence through MD designed, flamenco dance inspired fitness. And this all started, like you said, during this Great Depression of the pandemic. I have been a professor for 30 years in anatomy, physiology, neuroscience, flamenco dance as well. And the whole time I was constantly trying to figure out, how can I harness and deliver the power that I knew as a professor and as a dancer myself, that power of flamenco. How can I harness that and deliver it to, people who were too kind of timid to take a dance class because they felt like they're not dancers, and you see them get small, and it really was during the pandemic that suddenly people were, accustomed to receiving their content online, a lot of times through Zoom. And suddenly I saw that I had a platform and I had reach. So I reached out to some former students and asked them if they wanted to kind of try this out, this blend of flamenco dance, kind of adjusting it because of my experience and knowledge in anatomy and physiology, so that non-dancers could use it, so that people could cross-train, or complete non-athletes could use it and benefit from all that power, but without the intimidation,
Well, it's very interesting because you are offered this online and you have people from different countries outside United States join your group, and you share with me a little bit that you guys have so much fun together. But one thing I kind of grabbed from what you said to me is like, it's really transformed them, right? It's like inspire them, build the confidence, and basically take their power back. How can that happen? How can we, normal people like us, using some art of dance like that to really transform our life?
Yeah, exactly. So, a lot of people will join the program, maybe they have a goal of weight loss, or maybe they have a goal, this is a common goal for some reason, is, they want to work on their arms so they're not so flabby. Maybe they gained a bunch of weight, like actually during the pandemic, and they want to get rid of it. I have several people who were marathon runners who are using the class to get themselves back into actual marathon condition. And so, people would come in with these goals, and then very quickly, first of all, become friends with each other. And that has been actually a lot of the key to the whole movement, is that people become friends, and then we have, kind of a private members only group where people can post things and we talk after class. And, people not only post and talk about their successes when they hit their goal, but they also talk a lot about their struggles in their lives, like, some kind of a struggle with their kids, or people have lost jobs, people have transitioned jobs, people have had surgeries. And so when they post those things and talk about those things, everyone swoops in and right away provides that support and positive thoughts, prayers, healing energy. And it has become, sort of my position to not only be, that instructor, but to be the one who holds the space in that safe haven. And when people feel safe and supported, that's when they can really harness that physical power, right? The physical power that we're developing, right? That strength, that flexibility, that poise, right? Those are all physical things. But those, when you're safe, right? Emotionally safe, then those things translate, right? And they enter into the emotions and the mind and the spirit. So this is exactly how we're using this, flamenco format of exercise to kind of transcend the physical and get everything, like mind, body, emotion, and spirit, everything.
Well, it's very interesting, like what was you just shared, like my body, spirit, and that's my theme. That's what I interest to learn throughout my life too. So outside the flamenco class, outside the private group, how can they carry on and connect the mind, body, spirit throughout the day? I practice yoga, and how, I always try to think, how can I practice yoga off the mat?
Mm-hmm.
What about you? What would you suggest us to do to practice that mind body connection of the class, when we don't do flamenco?
Yeah. What basically everybody in the group does, and I do it too, like I'm the example for everybody, is throughout the day, whenever you have like a moment, right, and you happen to remember, let's say, just as an example, just your posture, right? And let's say you're doing dishes, and so maybe you're kind of doing the dishes a little bit like this, but then you remember, and you can do your shoulder rolls that we practice how to do them in a really specific way. And now you're doing your dishes, right, with really nice posture. A lot of people like to use the example of my marathon runners. When they go out and they're running, they're thinking about all the body parts, right, and the alignment that we worked on in class, and it changes their running. And then, to speak to the more kind of mind, body, spirit piece of it, it's like when people are, passing through something difficult in their lives, let's say something really challenging with one of their kids. Like one client, her son had to have back surgery recently, and so of course, as the mom, she was like so stressed out. But the thing is, because she had learned with us for months ahead of time this whole idea of choose you, right? Choose you. She was first able to lean on the community kind of that day of the surgery, and everybody, of course, swooped in, and prayers and hearts and love and all of that, so that she could see those things as she was waiting at the hospital. But the other thing is that, once she brought her son home, she was in class. She was in class. It was tremendous. I felt like that was just a success for all of us, because she truly lived through such a stressful experience, and still managed to carve out that time for herself, you know?
This is really remind me of the quote that say dancing in a storm. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is very much dancing in a storm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And these are the skills that people are developing, is how to do that and not get lost in the storm. Yeah.
Right, exactly. We all can apply to use in our life for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is the exciting new project that you're working on right now?
Couple of things. The most kind of upcoming project is that I'm going to be launching, probably in July, launching a version of the program that is specifically for pregnancy, birth, and postpartum.
Mm.
Yeah. So that is by request, and also a little bit based on a lot of when I was teaching anatomy and physiology. I talked a lot to my students about women's health, and I did a recent podcast interview where I told the story of the night that I taught flamenco dance class, hard flamenco dance class, the night that I had my third child. Did a water birth. Yeah, it was a water birth at a midwifery center in Taos, and that kind of sparked the whole idea of doing this program specifically for pregnancy and birth and beyond. So that's coming up. The other thing is kind of for myself, but also for the movement in general, is establishing a TV show, kind of like yours, Nim. You're such an inspiration to me in many ways, but in this way as well. Getting that established off the ground so that we can really spread this whole way, right? This whole way of living. Yeah.
That's amazing. So I'm interested in the pregnancy and the all the dance class together. How can our audience reach out to you if they want to join the group? Guys.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm expecting to see everybody. My website is www.cocosflamefit.com, and Coco is spelled COCOS. So Coco's Flame Fit. Yeah, Coco's Flame Fit. You can also find me on Instagram, same thing, at Coco's Flame Fit, and I have a Facebook page, same name, Coco's Flame Fit. If you're interested in specifically the pregnancy program, it's Coco's Flame Fit for birth and beyond. So after that website, it would be /birth-and-beyond. So yeah, those are great ways to find me.
That's so beautiful. Well, thank you so much, Coco, for being here, for your time and sharing your joy with us. Our audience will have so much fun. Hey, let's dance together, everybody.
Yeah.
All right, Coco, thank you so much, and looking forward to welcome you back again.
Oh, thank you so much, Nim.
Thank you.